Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back to Raggedy Ass Bitch TV, where we discuss the passive aggressive nonsense people say. I'm your host, and today we need to talk about a weapon, a tactic, something that sounds nice but feels like a slap. I'm talking about backhanded compliments. Those fake nice statements that are actually insults in disguise. Let's get into this. Okay, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Someone says something that sounds like a compliment at first, but then there's that second part, that little addition that completely changes the meaning. You look so good. I almost didn't recognize you. Wait, what did I look like before that you didn't recognize me? Or, wow, you're so brave for wearing that. Brave? Why do I need to be brave? What's wrong with what I'm wearing? And the thing is, these comments are designed to confuse you because they start with something positive. So if you get upset, you're the bad guy. Why are you mad? I said you look good. Yeah, but you also implied I looked terrible before. So which is it? And that's the genius of a backhanded compliment. It gives the person plausible deniability. They can always fall back on, I was being nice. Why are you so sensitive? But we both know what you meant. We both heard the real message. You weren't being nice. You were being shady. And you know what the worst ones are? The ones about intelligence or success. You're so smart. I never would have expected that from you. Okay, so you thought I was dumb? Is that what you're saying? Or congratulations on your promotion. I'm surprised they picked you. Why are you surprised? What about me made you think I couldn't do this? See? That's not a compliment. That's an insult with a smile. You're acting like you're happy for me while simultaneously telling me you didn't think I was capable. And then there are the appearance-based ones. Oh, those are brutal. You look so much better now that you've lost weight. So, I looked bad before? You're pretty for a black girl. I'm just pretty. The for a part is unnecessary. You're pretty for a insert any descriptor here. I'm just pretty. The for a part is unnecessary. Or you clean up nice. Meaning, I usually look like trash? You're actually really funny. Why actually? Did you think I wasn't going to be funny? I love how confident you are. I could never wear that. Translation: that outfit is a choice and not a good one. But at least you are confident about your bad decisions. See how that works? It sounds like a compliment, but it's really not. And let me break down the different types of backhanded compliments because they come in different flavors. Type 1, the comparison insult. This is when someone compliments you by comparing you to a worse version of yourself. You look so much better than you used to. You're so much more mature now. I'm glad you finally figured that out. These all imply that you were a mess before, that you've finally gotten your act together. And maybe that's true. Maybe you have grown and changed. But the way they're saying it, it's not about celebrating your growth. It's about reminding you that you used to be worse. Type 2, the qualifier compliment. This is when someone adds a qualifier that undermines the whole compliment. You're pretty for your age. You're smart for someone with a college degree. You're successful considering where you came from. The qualifier is the problem because it implies that the compliment is surprising or unusual given whatever category they've put you in. Just say I'm pretty. Just say I'm smart. Just say I'm successful. You don't need to add the but or the for or the considering. Type 3, the surprise compliment. This is when someone acts shocked that you're capable of something. Wow, you're actually really good at this. I didn't know you were smart. You can cook? I'm surprised. Why are you surprised? What made you think I couldn't do this? And the way they say it, with that tone of disbelief, makes it clear they had low expectations and they are shocked you exceeded them. Type 4, the improvement compliment. This one focuses on how you've changed, but in a way that highlights your past flaws. I love that you're finally taking care of yourself. It's so good to see you out of that toxic relationship. You're doing so much better now that you're not drinking. These might be true. You might be doing better, but the way they're framed, it's not supportive. It's judgmental. It's reminding you of your past mistakes while pretending to celebrate your progress. But here's what I think is really happening. I think people give backhanded compliments for one of two reasons. One, they're jealous. They want to compliment you because they feel like they should, but they also want to take you down a peg. So they add that little jab at the end. It makes them feel better. Like, yes, you're doing well, but let me remind you that you weren't always. Or, yes, you look good, but not that good. It's a way of managing their own insecurity by diminishing your success or appearance. Or two, they genuinely don't realize how it sounds. They think they're being nice, but they're actually being insulting. And honestly, I don't know which one is worse. Because if it's jealousy, at least it's intentional. At least you know where you stand. But if it's ignorance, if they genuinely think they're being nice, that's almost harder to deal with. Because now you have to explain why what they said was hurtful. And they might not even believe you. They might think you're being too sensitive. And let's talk about what backhanded compliments actually do to people. Because they're not harmless. They're not just awkward wording. They make you feel bad while the other person gets to act like they were being nice. You're left feeling insulted, but you can't even call it out without looking like you're overreacting. And that's manipulative. That's emotional manipulation. Because you know you've been insulted. You feel it. But you can't prove it. Because technically, they said something nice. So you're stuck. Do you confront them and risk looking sensitive? Or do you let it slide and feel disrespected? It's a lose-lose situation. Because here's the thing. A real compliment doesn't need a qualifier. You don't need to add a but or a considering or a for a. Just say the nice thing and stop. You look great. Period. End of sentence. You did an amazing job. That's it. Nothing else needed. Congratulations on your success. No qualifiers, no comparisons. When you add that extra part, you're not being nice. You're being shady. And let me give you some real-world examples of how to turn a backhanded compliment into an actual compliment. Backhanded? You look so good. I almost didn't recognize you. Actual compliment? You look amazing. See? You don't need to reference how they looked before. Backhanded? You're so smart. I never would have expected that from you. Actual compliment? You're really smart. Just remove the part where you express surprise. Backhanded? You're brave for wearing that. Actual compliment? I love your outfit. No need to imply they need courage to wear it. So, if you're someone who gives backhanded compliments, think before you speak. Ask yourself, is this actually a compliment? Or am I about to insult someone while pretending to be nice? And if you're not sure, just remove the second part. Just say the nice thing without a qualifier. If you have to say but after a compliment, it's not a compliment anymore. And if you receive a backhanded compliment, you're allowed to call it out. You can say, what do you mean by that? Make them explain what they meant. Watch them try to backpedal. Or you can say, I'm not sure how to take that. That puts the awkwardness back on them, because now they have to clarify whether they were being nice or shady. Or you can just call it out directly. That sounded like an insult. That didn't feel like a compliment. You don't have to accept fake nice behavior. You don't have to pretend you didn't notice the dig. You are allowed to protect yourself. You are allowed to set boundaries. Even with people who claim they're just being nice. Because here's the truth. If your compliment requires an explanation, it wasn't a good compliment. If your compliment makes someone feel worse instead of better, it wasn't a compliment at all. Words matter. The way you say things matter. And if you can't say something nice without adding a dig, maybe just don't say anything at all. So, if you're someone who gives backhanded compliments, think before you speak. Ask yourself, is this actually a compliment? Or am I about to insult someone while pretending to be nice? Remove the qualifiers. Remove the comparisons. Just say the nice thing. And if you receive a backhanded compliment, you are allowed to call it out. You can say, "What do you mean by that?" Or, "I'm not sure how to take that." Make them explain what they meant. Watch them squirm. You deserve real compliments, genuine kindness, not passive-aggressive nonsense disguised as niceness. Don't accept less. That's all for today's episode of Raggedy Ass Bitch TV. If this made you think of something that someone said to you, trust your gut. It probably was shady. Next time we're talking about people who can dish it out but can't take it. So you know that's going to be good. Until then, stay raggedy, stay genuine, and remember, if your compliment has a but in it, it's not a compliment. I'm out.